Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand after.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video.
Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another video of the Shadowlands. This time we're gonna go and talk about the guild Shadowlands and the best scores that we're doing, what lineups are we using and what units. And the meta changed a little bit. We were using Fire Aidon on basically both of them, and now it changed. For the Trial of Blood, we're using Visconde Vega because he bypasses immunities and shields and everything else, and he deals higher damages on this area to wipe clear the board really quick. And on Path of Fire, we're still using Fire Aidon actually with this with his team comp. I'll be telling you about how we're using him, and if you want to abuse the Chun-Li bug there, it works, but it's not the most important thing. You can use it one time at least. So the teams, we're using basically the same lineup, the same teams. Everybody else are using the same thing, which is using Rich Honda, Visconde Vega, Street Poison, and you can change the last unit that you want. Like you see, the highest player here, Emperor, is using Gouken. Gouken will allow him to survive, and they seem to survive if they take a little bit of hits, and he can use the C2 of Rich Honda to interrupt if that works for him, and they can continue. Now Street Poison is absolutely insane with her C1 here, so you need to use her C1. And we start with Rich Honda, C1 of Street Poison. We use C2 of Gouken or C2 of Rich Honda, then the C3 of Visconde Vega. This is for this lineup. Of course, you can see Islam Santos here. He's a free-to-play. He's using Donatello. It works as well. And we're using Summer Elena with Tito. Also amazing because he's using the C2 of Rich Honda to interrupt the units. I'm using for myself B Zangief, and of course here you see Book Jack. He's using Taust Gen. You can start with Taust Gen and use his C2. If you want, you can use the C2 of somebody else, because the starting of Taust Gen is what will give you the buffs. Just like Rich Honda, a little bit less, but it works also even if you're on a lower level. But I recommend to use Rich Honda. It works even much more. And we're using B Zangief. B Zangief with his C2 can interrupt. So if you interrupt it and time it perfectly, you can interrupt the enemies on the higher stages, because if they start, they will wipe your team if you can't interrupt them. And this is basically what we're doing. Now, if you want to play it safer, you can use Suitable with his C2. With his C2, you can absolutely have some shields. So previously to the one that will attack you, you can check their bar. If they want to attack you, you drop him with the C2, you get some shields, or you can drop him with the C1, you get some shields, and then use the C2 of Rich Honda, and Rich Honda will interrupt with his C2, and you need to time it perfectly so it happens. Same with B Zangief, you need to time it perfectly so you can interrupt the enemies before they land any type of hit. You need to be a little bit lucky so you can interrupt them with the first, second spin, but not in the 7th spin, because they will initiate the combo. And let's go and check the lineups for the next team, and I will be talking about them. I will show you the replays for them. So this one is, what we got is the Fire Aidon with Flame Chun, with Street Poison, and Rich Honda. Of course, the same lineup. As you see, big amount of numbers, differences by this first to the second to the third and to the fourth. Why is that? Because it's just because out of levels, the more that you level up, the more that you level your fighting tree for assassins, for tanks, for healers, for support, like this tree, you will get more numbers with your lineups. We're using the same lineup. Where did I use? I got 16 billion, which is really good. I can go up to 20 billion. I did 19 before, and I really went and did another run, and I messed up my score. It depends a little bit on RNG if you get the stacks really early. And how do we do that? We start with from tag position with the exploit that we talked about. And this is how it's helping us, at least with one combo rotation. Don't do it twice, do it only once, so you can have the combo rotation to spam with Rich Honda. You do it just once. You start with Flame Chun from the tag position, C1 from Street Poison, C2 from Flame Chun, and if you get like 20 to 25 stacks, that would be absolutely insane. That's halfway through what you want, with which is the 50 stacks with her C2, so you can continue normally and deal as much damages as possible. The rotation is Rich Honda, Street Poison, Flame Chun, then Fire Aidon. You can play whoever you want as an assist. I play Witch Jury because for me, when I use the Virgil EX move, they kind of come to die a little bit. So, and when I go back in, I don't heal as much. So sometimes I lose a unit or two. So if you don't want that, you can just put on Fire Aidon Witch Jury and he will continue surviving and healing. I would highly recommend Fei Long on Rich Honda and Fire Aidon to put on him Evil Ryu. That will help you a lot and will keep you sustaining and or making a lot of damages. Let's go and check the replays first for the Trial of Blood. So here we are. We get this team, and as you see, Visconti Vega, I have Abel as an assist on Rich Honda, and I have Jury on my Visconti Vega. If you have Evil Ryu, put him on Visconti Vega, he'll deal more damages. And we start with Visconti Vega, C1 from Street Poison, C2 from Zangief, C3 from Visconti Vega. And as you see, I'm playing this on real time while I was recording, and I go back to back very fast. And as you see, the waves cleared, wave 24, and you clear it up and you go to wave 25. And then you clear this up, you go to wave 26. I think we got stuck on wave 27 or 28. Let me check here. So this is the interrupt. By mistake, it happened. By the way, I was spamming, mashing my fingers. You need to time it. I didn't time it. It was absolutely by luck. Wave 27 now. So we cleared wave 26, which was lucky. And this one we got stuck on and we couldn't kill. And we need to interrupt, perfect timing. You'll see me just a little bit wait a moment after this one just to absolutely stun them. So I just hold, and bam, I dropped him immediately to interrupt. So perfect interruption. Just pay attention for this when you're on high stages, because these will absolutely destroy you. And you get the buff. We have the drones, I'm using them. I'm using Akuma EX. I'm using Trendy Guile EX because it's so helpful and it will help you a lot. And this is how we did the high score so far. So I tried to continue the rotation. By the end, that's what happened. And this was the high scores. A good run, actually. Yes, we can do better. It requires a little bit of RNG for crit rate, crit damage, to boost up our attacks. Of course, the highest number that I did a higher number before, but you can do that as well. It's not that hard. It's easy, actually. And yeah, best of luck for you. Just remember, you don't need to do anything else except timing your stuns correctly so you can go and deal the damages that you can. Now, for the flame or for the path of fire, I'm using the Fire Aidon, and of course you can choose anybody other than Witch Jury on top of Fire Aidon. And these are the EX move. I use, of course, the Virgil EX move because it helps a lot. And I'm using here the drones. I think I changed it to, yeah, the Raging because of more crit rate and crit damage. And we start and we accumulate some combo meter. And I think by 3 combo meters, we start our rotation with Flame Chun just from the tag position. So I'll be recording that and show you. Here we go. Flame Chun, C1 from Street Poison, C2 from her, and then C3 from Fire Aidon. And we continue mashing perfectly with Rich Honda, Street Poison, Flame Chun, and then Fire Aidon, and we continue back to back. Now, of course, you need to time it. When he do the fire breath on you, or when he shoots fire, now you'll see here, he's gonna shoot fire. This will not kill you. He'll deal a little bit of damage, but it will absolutely not kill you. Just like he's saying, like, prepare yourself, I'm gonna just destroy you with my second super. And his second super is shooting you with a straight laser or rocket, whatever it is. So here we go, we use the EX move and bam, he shoot us, but we don't die. We continue doing our rotations. Now, if you're unlucky, Street Poison will not heal, but she healed. So if she heals, you can continue, and we mash the crit damage. In the end, when we got it, we obtained it, and we dealt as much damages as possible. And here we go, almost 17 billion, which was 16.8.9, something like that. Absolutely perfect. This is a good run. So hopefully you're gonna go and get the same luck as me, which what I did. Now I tried to start with a Flame Chun with 2 rotations instead of 1 from her tag position, to start from her tag position, not from one time. The second, like, I tried twice, and the score decreased, and it wasn't as high as this one. Now, of course, I mashed just like the same time, but it doesn't work, sadly, because it needs to be, you need to be using Rich Honda and going ham, basically. So I started with her, as you see here, and I started with her again. I was mashing down there, waiting for her, and now I hit the button because I was trying to hit the button and it didn't work. So here we go, we continued our rotation normally. I thought that this will help me more because I will reach the stacks even more. Correct me if I'm wrong, try it and tell me if it works for you. But it didn't work for me. I got less score for some reason, and the high score I got it just by starting with her 1 time and then continue the rotation normally. So here we go. That was the run. I stopped it. I didn't continue it till the end because I didn't want to lose my progress with this lineup, and here we go. Bam. Yes, this is the only way. You need the Virgil EX just to this one to not wipe you, and then continue and deal as much damages as possible. And here you go. As you see, I'm using the crit rate, crit damage to get the highest numbers, and still it's not the numbers that I wanted, and I stopped it at 13 point something billion. It's good run. It's not a bad run, but again, if you want a better run, you need to continue using this strategy, but starting with Flame Chant one time so you can stack up and ramp up the damage reduction on the bosses and dealing even more damages, and that's it. And this will get you the highest numbers and the highest damages. And yeah, these were the lineups. This is the update. Many told me, can you do an update and tell us how you're doing highest scores with your friends or you yourself? This is what I'm using. Maybe they have different strategies. I didn't talk to anybody. This is depending on my scores with my runs. Of course, maybe with timing, with a little bit of mashing faster with your fingers, you're gonna get high scores. And yeah, that was it for the video.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, we thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up.